Jerry Jones is doing the same thing again that derailed Micah Parsons. But this time he doing it with Pickens. Ugh. Oh man, God, dog. See, listen. Oh man, it's been a great travesty, and it's something going on under the radar that we got to keep our own. It's real too. See, with this Trayvon Diggs stuff, we're being distracted for some real stuff. The real deal that's really starting to go on, because the real deal that people need to keep an eye on is what Jerry just talked about skipping the agent. Now everybody gonna be talking about Diggs, but your more astute Cowboy fans are watching the tea leaves that's going on with Jerry trying to skip the agent again, and it's some risk. We go talk about those risks. There's some major risk to this, okay? And we got to keep our eye on this, right? And we got to put pressure on the right people. So before I get into it, go for a Hail Mary in your sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. Because I get it, man. I really do. I get it. This Dig things is full of controversy. It's messy. A lot of people go be curious about that. But this stuff we finna talk about is the real engine to drive 2026. So let's get into what's really going on.
Jerry, George Pickens, he's on the mind of several hopeful Cowboys fans. He has become a big fan favorite. You see a lot of 3 jerseys out there in the stands at AT&T Stadium. He is, of course, represented by David Mulugeta, just like Micah Parsons was. Do you guys anticipate negotiating with David or directly with George this offseason?
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Probably both. But I certainly intend to be speaking with George, and I always do.
Oh, goddamn. I anticipate speaking with George. I always have, and I always do. So some people gonna say, boss, what's the big deal? He just trying to get a better price, and I get it. You gonna get a better price when you deal with people that don't know how to negotiate. That's not their wheelhouse. You have the advantage there. We get it. You trying to get a better price. You trying to basically, push back to get a deal. We get it. That's putting your Cowboys first. I get it. But the risk that people don't see is you got to know history to kind of understand the risk. So when you look at the risk, there's a real risk that potentially, now hear me out, what if Jerry threatens Pickens? Because that actually happened. Jerry threatened the playmaker. See, it's different things that happen in history. When you start trying to get a better deal, if you don't pay attention, you'll miss it. And we're going to talk about the risk. Another risk, and stay with me on this, is Jerry basically admitted a tag is guaranteed. So we're going to talk about both of those and more. So let's get into the risk first that I just talked about. That some of y'all gonna think I'm just talking, and I'm dead ass serious. Listen to the story with the playmaker. Listen.
It's amazing you remember that, Jerry. I also remember, like you said, we did have some tough negotiations. I remember when you were threatening to send me to Cincinnati. I'm going to go to Cincinnati. I was like, oh, God, okay. You're going to trade me to Cincinnati.
Michael, jack with me and you'll be going to Cincinnati. I'll tell you that right.
And I was like,
just stop and think about that. They laughing about it now. Michael, jack with me and I'll send you to Cincinnati. So when you look under the hood and you look at them recalling a situation where Michael Irvin was having direct talks with Jerry, and in those talks, Jerry told him, I will send you to Cincinnati. So let's just use our common sense for a second and ask, what if you say that to Pickens? Do y'all really feel comfortable with Jerry trying to negotiate and he doesn't have a buffer? See, when you have a buffer or a bad cop, somebody that can stand in and go blow for blow, toe for toe, the bad cop versus the good cop, that shields Pickens. But there's no shield for Pickens. So when Jerry gets tough and start making these comparisons and start talking about, hey man, I send you on. I send you to Cincinnati if you jack with me. Do y'all want Pickens in that situation? Huh? Yeah. Cause that's what happened. Yeah. And see, they laugh about it. It's cute. Ha 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 ha. The only reason that they was able to get out of that, if you listen closely, was because of the mental discipline of Michael. Listen.
I understand, but everywhere I go, I'm gonna wear the championship. Cincinnati will get there first. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. See, he said it because he know how to talk to Jerry. I understand. See, he didn't take that personal in that negotiation. I understand you talking about sending. See, do y'all really want Pickens sitting there with a 80 some year old man being told what his worth is to his face? Y'all want that? Y'all want even the risk of that happening? No. Anybody with common sense to say,
oh, hell no.
No, sir. Yeah, and that is the risk. That's a huge risk. And historically, that's what you put yourself into when you start trying to box with Jerry directly. Because all it takes is Jerry to get upset if it's not going his way, and he can start getting toxic. Because that's what really happened. See, you got to watch these content creators and writers you listen to, because they be painting these old fake stories. The truth of really what happened with Micah Parsons is Jerry got in his feelings. Jerry wanted the deal that they discussed. And when Micah actually went to his agent, and his agent was going back and forth with him like, there's some things you didn't cover in that talk, and we need to cover that, right? And so he basically reset Micah. That's what happened. And he was like, bro, he need to deal with me because you slipping. There's some things you left off the table. Listen, let's just let Jerry tell the story. I ain't making it up. Listen at Jerry recall what happened. Just listen.
My thing on you because this is.
When we wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass.
Oh, wait. Now, see, I was
just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? So wait. What do you mean? Because people going to ask.
Mike and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the.
Let's just use our common sense for a moment. Do y'all really believe that David Mulligata, who has to do a whole bunch of future deals with Jerry, and he knows that, do you really believe that David was so unprofessional that he literally went to Jerry and said, stick that negotiation up your ass? Do y'all really believe that? Or is this likely Jerry playing billionaire Karen? Billionaire Karen. Did David, he came to me, he told me to stick it up his ass. Trying to draw sympathy from ignorant fans or fans that don't know better. Billionaire Karen. Listen.
Agent. And we had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent.
Hold on. Let's pause that for a minute. Let's talk about it. Is that everything? The term, the guarantee, the average per year, the duration, is that everything? Or is that the surface? Is that the main thing? Because that's sure not everything. Because what about no trade clause? Who was going to negotiate that portion? What if it's a clause in there that was in there like for Randy Gregory, and a clause in there for Dak that if you was fined, that your contract could be forfeited over a fine? Who would spell that part out? Huh? What if it's language in there that if you don't work out with our doctors, that we can just take $500,000 out your pocket? Who is the lawyer that's supposed to spot that? See, that's very disingenuous to actually come and say, we already discussed it all. when you didn't discuss it all. You didn't. Not based on what you just said. Let's keep it real now.
And the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate. Well, I'd already negotiated. I'd already moved off my mark on several areas. And so the issue, very frankly, is we've had the negotiation in my mind.
That's the problem right there. And that's why Pickens need to stay the fuck away from Jerry. Because in my mind, we had already negotiated. So it's no even reason for me to even talk to David Mulugeta. And he did not do it. He was like, what if he would have just talked to him and David would have said, hey, I like your deal. We just need to talk about some more details. Jerry stopped talking. And he was like, I'm dealing with nobody but Micah because he frankly got in his damn feelings and wanted that napkin deal that they discussed. Those general terms, not the specifics, the general terms. Yeah, it was the main parts, the total guarantee. Yeah, the duration. We get all of that. But to be like, it's not, just draw up what we discussed. You was trying to rip off Micah. Yeah. That's the truth. And see, Jerry frankly slipped and a lot of people never caught it. See, I caught it and I catch a lot of details that some people might miss. But let's finish this. Listen.
And the agent's trying to get his nose in it right now and try to come in there and improve off the mark that we'd already said. It's the mama daddy deal. You go into mama and she won't do it. And she's the boss. So much. She won't do it. So you run into daddy. Daddy says do it. And then you go back in and say, mama, daddy said it was all right. It's the old mama daddy deal. We've all been there and done that. Well, we've got this deal resolved in my mind for the Dallas Cowboys.
We had this deal resolved in my mind. See, but I'm going to show you where he was bullshitting you.
And we've got it done. And if the agent wants to finish up the detail, which is should, and do all the paperwork, and he can do that. And we're ready to go. But as far as the amount of money, the years, the guarantees, all of that, we negotiate that.
Jerry, people are going to same thing on you because this is.
When we wanted to send the detail.
Yeah. So this is where you got to listen to channels like this, where I can show you where he clearly messed up. Now, see, in the Bible it says where words of many sin is not fall. See, Jerry went on this whole tour and he kept talking. And as he was talking, he greatly slipped. Listen to this.
It's not a signed contract, which makes it no contract.
Understood. I understand that.
He said if it's not a signed contract, then it's no contract. Let me play it again.
It's not a signed contract, which makes it no contract.
Understood. I understand that.
So he was saying, in my mind, we had a deal. But also what he just said, where he messed up in the public that most people didn't catch, that if it's not signed, it's actually not agreed upon. Meaning he was basically trying to hold Micah to an agreement that he know is not good unless somebody signed it. So y'all want Pickens going through this? Y'all want Pickens? So think about what Jerry is asking of Pickens. This is Pickens' first chance at millions. Okay? At real money. He's saying, box with me. Have these talks with me. And I've had these talks thousands of times. Not in just football, in life. I've been negotiating big money deals before you was even thought of. Before you was even a thought to your mama and your daddy. I was always talking about these deals. So I want you to have the courage to box me about these millions. Nah, that boxing match should happen to another guy that's also been in some combats. That's not gonna just talk about the surface stuff of guaranteed durations of contract, average per year, bonus. No, we gonna have to talk about the fine language of this. We're gonna have to talk about the payout schedule, which is gonna also help my client have a longer career with where he wants to be. What about those details? Yeah. So let's paint the other side of this, that a lot of, and see, that's why I honest to God hate that this dig shit is talked about right now. Because the bigger thing that's right in front of all of us is the threat of Pickens, and Jerry basically admitting that he getting ready to delay this thing. Boss, what do you mean? He's getting ready to delay it. Let's think about it. Where are we right now? We are at the very end of the season. What happens at the end of the season? At the end of the season, when the season is over, do the players report back to Frisco, or do they go home to start their own off-season training? They go home. So when Jerry is basically saying, I'm going to talk to Pickens, that means no real talks is going to be able to happen until he finally sees him. When is he going to really see him? At the mandatory OTAs. So what's going to happen between that period? Free agency is going to be over. The draft is going to be over. All that's going to be over, and we still going to be waiting for Jerry to talk to Pickens, because he's saying, I have to talk to Pickens, which is basically saying he's finna tag him. Yeah. He's gonna get tagged. If all of y'all cool with that, like, yeah, tag him. That's fine. Have you thought about the ramifications of a tag? So I want to explain how a tag works. When a player is tagged, 100% of that tag amount is going against that year's cap. So let's say if the number is 33 million to tag a top level receiver, you have to deduct all of that against that year's cap. So that means we're going to go through free agency with $33 million less than what we should have had. We're going to go through the draft. That means to build a team and try to build around what we're trying to do, we're going to be working with $33 million less, because we're indecisive and because we're waiting for a discussion to happen between Jerry and Pickens, which should not happen. So if Jerry was really trying to get it done, he should already be talking to the representative of Pickens. So what's actually being signaled right in our face is the same old, same old. So this is what I mean by same old, same old. Being drawn all the way out. So likely, just like with CeeDee Lamb, for you to get your money, you have to avoid Jerry. You have to not show up to training camp, because Jerry is trying to find a way to talk to you to try to get you at a price that he know he couldn't get you if he was talking directly at the agent. So listen, y'all, what kind of fan are you? That's the question. Are you the type of fan that's going to fight for what's really best for your Cowboys? Or are you going to just kind of side with Jerry? Or you going to be with somebody that's under the impression that siding with Jerry is siding with the Cowboys? No, not all the time. Sometimes you have to push back against Jerry to push for your Cowboys. And I don't like the risk at all. That's why I got the whole music. Everything is different. Yeah, everything is different, because I want people to recognize the risk that we are playing with right now, that Jerry is playing with what he announced yesterday, that I'm going to try to talk directly to Pickens. So listen, y'all, we need to come up with a campaign. I don't know what it is, but we need to come up with something to say, Jerry, you need to stop trying to skip these agents. And I get it. I really understand the goal. Yeah. I'm trying to get a better price on these boys. So I'm trying to go box against a rookie, a novice. I get it. I get your goal. But this is the thing. Some of your performers have overperformed to such a level that should not be what you do. When you have people that performed on Dak's level, when Dak was coming off an MVP year, all this always trying to skip agents to get a better price. Sometimes you got to pay the price of what these guys are worth, man. And sometimes, Jerry, to win, sometimes you do really just need to go talk to some of these guys and get the deal done. Now, if he's asking for something that's way out of line, then go get your media people to beat him up. But what if he over here talk? Because regardless of if Jerry talked to David or not, Pickens go hear about it. So listen, I'm not liking what's getting ready to happen. I'm calling it out early. And I need Cowboy fans who also want to call this out, because it's not a good thing that Jerry is openly saying again that he's skipping the agent on talks. We talking, y'all. Yeah, we gonna talk to both. No. See, in this very interview right here, he was pretending not to even know who he was. Now you over here like, see, but he was pretending that he didn't know who he was because guess what? Micah talked to Jerry first. And when Jerry talked to first, he got offended because he wanted him to keep that napkin deal. And when he didn't, he came out all offended. I don't even know who this agent is. See, that's what you risk when you talk directly to Jerry. You have to avoid him. Or he could do just like what he did with Michael Irvin, get in his feelings and start making threats.
Back and forth with it. Man, let me get back to this doctor.
Yeah, and start making threats. I send you to Cincinnati. Boy, y'all think about that. See, you got to really think about that. This was the playmaker, y'all. He threatened to send the heart and soul of the 90s leader. Yes, Aikman was the quarterback and the positional leader, but the heart and soul of that team, Jerry threatened him. I will send you, he said, I will send you to Cincinnati.
That's amazing you remember that, Jerry. I also remember, like you said, we did have some tough negotiations. I remember when you were threatening to send me to Cincinnati. I'm going to go to Cincinnati. I was like, oh, God, okay. You're going to threaten me to Cincinnati.
Michael, jack with me and you'll be going to Cincinnati. I'll tell you that right.
Everywhere I go, I'm going to win the championship. Cincinnati will get there first. You know what I'm saying? We're going back and forth.
Y'all want that? So listen, I think all of us need to tag Pickens and say, don't do it. Don't talk to him. I'm sorry. I get it. Nah, it's just too risky. For those who want Pickens, let's tag him and send him something on Instagram. Say, bro, check this video, bro. Don't fall for that shit. Don't do it. We want you here, bro. Yes, it's likely you getting ready to get tagged. It's getting ready to be ugly. Just keep your head low and keep being ready to play some football. So, it's your boy Boss Show Me, man. Bringing you another one. I always keep it real on my content. Make sure you like and subscribe on all the platforms that I'm sharing this to, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, all of them, every one of them. Because see, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, and this is the truth. We need to be for separation. We don't need to be for these guys trying to talk it out. Anybody that's saying that, no, you don't know your history. And so if you know your history, you are clearly with me. And you clearly should be saying, stay away from Jerry. It's Boss Show Me. I am out.